in a bull market.
It's half year and we're part of it all.
Man, look, guys.
Look like even small business, we have.
I wasn't expecting that. So from Bonk.
How easy this is.
Because we're in a bull market.
It's half year and we're part of it all.
Man, look, guys.
Look like even small business, we have.
I wasn't expecting that. So from Bonk.
How easy this is.
Because we're in a bull market.
It's half year and we're part of it all.
Man, look, guys.
Look like even small business, we have.
I wasn't expecting that. So from Bonk.
How easy this is.
Because we're in a bull market.
It's half year and we're part of it all.
Man, look, guys.
Look like even small business, we have.
I wasn't expecting that. So from Bonk.
How easy this is.
Because we're in a bull market.
It's half year and we're part of it all.
Man, look, guys.
Look like even small business, we have.
I wasn't expecting that. So from Bonk.
How easy this is.
Because we're in a bull market.
It's half year and we're part of it all.
Man, look, guys.
Look like even small business, we have.
I wasn't expecting that. So from Bonk.
How easy this is.
Because we're in a bull market.
It's half year and we're part of it all.
Man, look, guys.
Look like even small business, we have.
I wasn't expecting that. So from Bonk.
How easy this is.
Because we're in a bull market.
It's half year and we're part of it all.
Man, look, guys.
Look like even small business, we have.
I wasn't expecting that. So from Bonk.
How easy this is.
Because we're in a bull market.
It's half year and we're part of it all.
Man, look, guys.
Look like even small business, we have.
I wasn't expecting that. So from Bonk.
How easy this is.
Because we're in a bull market.
It's half year and we're part of it all.
Man, look, guys.
Look like even small business, we have.
I wasn't expecting that. So from Bonk. GM, we are live. We are back. It's Tuesday, and it's day 2 of a new month, and we are bringing out Indie.fun to find out what is going on over there, because all I've been seeing is sold out launches Indie game devs coming to you guys looking for, hey, how do we get started? Like you guys are becoming this Kickstarter for gaming, and it's all happening on Solana. Linda, how are you today? How are you feeling? Are you just like at this point in the game, you guys are just like on cruise control or what?
Hello, hello. Yeah, it's been a while. Things have been good. We've seen a lot of projects coming through. We've seen a lot of projects getting funded, which is amazing and really shows that our thesis works and that there's demand, more importantly. And it's just been exciting to see that, Solana, I mean, even you guys, right? Solana's always said that they're for gamers, and now we're starting to see it is really for gamers. So yeah, things have been great. We've continued to grow, continue to see projects coming through, and excited for the future.
Look, Solana's got this great narrative right now around revenue, about numbers. It's really at the heart of everything. It's being pushed to really showcase to others that look, real builders, real ways to run a business, real ways to make money as well, and not extract, right, as the words are being said sometimes. A real way to make revenue. Look, you guys have been able to crack that, which is huge, right? Is to be able to make revenue, but at the same time be able to offer a service that is very much needed for those that are looking to expand, for those that are looking to bring their idea into fruition, and really to say, hey, how do I get this even further, right? Especially after you guys have vetted them and said, hey, like, you're ready for this. Like, how do we get you to the next steps? Talk to us a little bit right now on where that is coming, where that mindset is right now, with the focus on, hey, all this revenue, all this product is being built. How do you guys just keep on innovating to be able to keep providing these services?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, just to throw some numbers out there, right? We've helped more than 50 projects fundraise $50,000 to $100,000 each. About $1 million in total has been fundraised for these projects. Like we're incredibly proud, and just proud to be part of the Solana community, to see that much money is being sent to these projects. And so now these projects have been building. They have, and we're starting to see some of them coming through. I just want to call out a couple projects here. Gore Cats, they raised, a couple months ago now, and their game should be live any minute now. I've seen a demo. It looks amazing. I'm so excited for them. They have an incredible animator. Like the animations look amazing. We've seen other games like Pay to Win, which came on. They're on Steam. Their game is coming through soon. Trench Racers, Dragon Sanctuary. They also are going to be doing some things which I don't want to pre-announce for them, so I won't give alpha here. But all of these guys, right? Like they got that fundraise that they sorely needed. And now they're starting to look forward to think about, all right, how do I integrate this into my community? How do I integrate this so it makes revenue? How do I integrate tokens in? So we're really excited to see that next stage happening now that they're starting to have games and seeing what they do next.
Yeah, you actually you mentioned these games, and at first I'll be honest, I thought Indie.fun was very transactional, right? But based on your just comments here of already knowing what that's happening, seems like you guys have been able to also build a relationship there and a bond with these games and offer them even further beyond fundraising. And it's not just a, hey, goodbye, you raised your money, see you later. It's more of like, hey, cool, you fundraised, like keep in touch, anything you need, let us help you. Like that is really cool to hear, and like it's really great because yeah, a lot of these times game devs don't know, especially in Web3, they're just game devs. They're not marketing, they're not BD, they're not partnerships, they're not the creating the roadmap or stuff like this, right? Some of them have the ability to, and some of them don't. And I think it's really cool to hear that, you do have that check-in calls or whatever that is. So it's not just transactional.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's actually something people don't even know that we do before the fundraise too. Before the fundraise, I mean, we're super hands-on, just because, like, number one, we're passionate, right? We love listening to these projects, listening to what they do, listening to what they want to do. For background, actually, I don't know if people know this. I actually used to work in venture capital. So, when I talk to these projects, I do put on my VC hat and I think to myself, all right, if I were to look at this project, is this something that I could see people getting interested in, like backers wanting to back? And then once we've established that, we kind of talk to them too and say, okay, what's your narrative? How are you talking to people? What are you telling them what you're doing? And it's interesting because a lot of these guys are pure devs. Like they don't think about the marketing. They just think like, I just want to build something really cool and people will play it. And you and I both know that isn't how the world works. So we do try to help them and just at least help them with understanding who their audience is. Obviously it isn't like a badge of like, oh, because they're an indie that they're automatically going to do something great. It just means that we've at least vetted them. And then, as you said, after the fundraise, we continue to hold their hand as much as they want us to. Sometimes they don't. It's totally fine. But sometimes they do ask us like, hey, how do I get on Steam? How do I get on publishers? How do I get partners? What do I do next now that I have a token? And so all of those things are, things that Indie helps with. We also, a lot of them are new to Web3. So they're asking, who should I partner with in the industry? And so now we've started sending them to some of our partners to say, hey, you're looking for some sort of a wallet connection. You're looking for some sort of way to reach your audience. You're looking for partners, and you can obviously talk to Indie ecosystem, but who else can you speak to? I think that, our job as, obviously as a launch pad is one thing, but we are trying to be more than just that. We want to be a partner through the process.
Yeah, and I think it's a great segue because you guys are also have a parent company, Mario, that really does help also with game development for those game developers that say, "Hey, look, I have this aspect of the engine, or I have this aspect of the game. I do need some tools, or do need some help." And you guys have a parent company that specializes or helps a little bit about that. Can you give us like a 30 seconds on Mario?
Yeah, definitely. So Madio is our own proprietary game engine that we've built ourselves. We're focused on multiplayer browser games. So games are made to be played with 40, 50 other people, but is all accessible via a browser. And it is a no-code development platform. So even someone like me who's non-technical can use it. And, there's drag and drop for the code. There's drag and drop for the map and tiles. It's really easy to use. And as you said, a lot of these guys who finished fundraising, many of them haven't made a game yet. So our tool is just one among many that they can use to build their game. And also it does have Web3 integrations built in.
I love it. And so let me ask you this, like Indie.fun future, the next 6 months, we're seeing a lot of innovation. We're seeing a lot of development. What are you thinking right now, the next 6 months from the Indie.fun side of things on innovation? Like, what are you guys looking for? How are you guys even bringing more tools to community, more tools to developers, more tools to say, hey, why should you launch on Indie.fun? Where do you see that innovation right now as we've seen a lot of things, regulations getting easier, a lot of things are just opening up the doors for us that allowing us to connect more with gamers?
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, there's so many different tools that we can offer, and we've started building out many of them, and many, little different tools that we've built. One project that actually has been quite interesting on our platform has been called Tales of Meteora. So, Tales of Meteora actually was started by one of our top Madio game devs. They built several viral games. They've been building on Madio for years and years and years. And when they told us the idea, we kind of like caught a little bit of our interest. And as we dug in with them, we realized like, wow, this could actually be an incredible showcase, not just about Madio game engine, which is incredible, but also Indie.fun as a launch pad. And also all of these things are happening in Web3 that, maybe normies don't really know about. And so we've been really excited about helping the Tales of Meteora team. And I think a lot of people have seen that and maybe wondered why. It's just because we've realized, man, there's this internet capital markets idea out there, right? But people don't really know what it is. Like even I didn't know what it was when someone first told it to me. And we've realized that we can actually gamify this so that normies, just general people, can start to understand what is the power of internet capital markets? What's the power of being able to just earn as I play and being able to gamify that entire experience? And that's been something that we're really excited about. And we think it's a showcase of all of the different technology that we've built in an example that people can see and really use for themselves.
I love that. And I love to hear that, internet capital markets, this thesis idea that's really kind of roaming around on what it means and what it can do. But you've taken a different approach of this gamified approach. Talk to us. what does that truly look like, right? Internet capital markets, right? What does that truly look like in a video game or in a game, or gamifying it, as you mentioned? How does that really take place, right? And can this be the start of another wave for gaming, right? Because I think that, one of the things in Web3 gaming we are struggling with is the users, right? And the token users as well. And can this be a way to bring communities together? If I'm thinking internet capital markets, of bringing communities together from others to collaborate or work with on a, let's just say, gamified approach of a game.
Yeah, absolutely. So internet capital markets, to me, I mean, there's so many different definitions of it, right? Like, first of all, it's like, the internet financial markets, all those things brought on. What I think is most interesting about it is this idea of like staking, liquidity pools, all of these things that maybe power users understand how to use, but then, the normal person who comes in, all they do is trade Bitcoin. They think, oh, okay, I can make money from Bitcoin and that's it. But there's all these other tools you can use to earn. And so we want to take those tools and present it in a very fun way, a way that people can just normally access. So one way to do that is through a game. We have actually built an MMORPG, Tales of Meteora, which takes all these tools, staking, yield, liquidity pools, all of those, and allows players to earn as they play. So as a player, you don't even necessarily need to know what all of these terms mean. All you need to know is, like, for example, I'm walking around a town, I'm, buying an item, and all of a sudden, wow, I bought this item and somehow I'm earning revenue back. And that's because on our side, we can do things such as when you purchase that item, instead of those tokens going straight to the dev, we instead take those tokens and put them into a staking pool or into a liquidity pool and allow the player to earn yield as they play. And then therefore they start to get a little bit interested, like, oh, there's, some way I'm earning money and I'm just buying items, killing monsters, doing exactly what I would have otherwise been doing in a game, but I'm able to earn this yield. And so then they start to do some more research and understand, oh, okay, like this is what it means, and being able to better understand all these tools and all these features that Web3 does uniquely have. So that's one way we're doing it, but we're trying to bring that to the masses.
I'm ready to play. Like, put me in, coach. Right? Like, when do we get access? When can we see a glimpse of this?
Yeah, definitely. So first of all, actually, some of our partners already do have access, and we've actually been getting a lot of feedback from them. So the way that this game is being built is actually, let me see if I can share my screen here. That'll be more fun. So, all right. I've never tried it on this program. Let's see if it works.
There we go.
Awesome. So this is a website, talesofmeteora.com. And you can actually see here that we have an overworld. Ooh, I gave away a little bit of alpha there. We have an overworld here that is, a bunch of different lands, let's say. And so you have wildlands, you have towns, and you have dungeons. And so the idea here is all these are actually going to eventually be NFTs that anybody can own and anybody can play. And so when you own one of these places, so let's say that you own a town, you can come into this town and customize it yourself using our Mario tools. So again, drag and drop, low code editor, all of those tools will be available for you to customize your town. So it doesn't have to be cookie cutter. It's not just like, oh, I come in a town and this is what I get, and like all I can do is these things. No, you can actually fully customize the town using our game engine. And the cool thing about that is our game engine has the ability to build MMORPGs, racing games, trading card games, right? Shooters, all different types of things. And you can actually use that within the game. Now, the idea of this is, so there's kind of three main features that make this game interesting. Number one is this idea of, again, anybody can come in, add in their own town, add in their own dungeon. As an MMORPG player myself, one of the frustrations of MMOs is you're bottlenecked by the dev, right? So for example, Blizzard with World of Warcraft. When you play World of Warcraft, the dev puts out a new dungeon, you play, you finish, you sit there and wait for the next dungeon, so on and so forth. With us, it's essentially user-generated content. Anybody can come in and add a dungeon, anybody can come in and add a town. So every single time I come in as a player, I get to play something new. There's always something new for me to check out. So we call that an infinite dungeon. And we want people to really take advantage of that to make fun experiences for players so that they're constantly coming in and playing new things. So that's feature number one. Feature number two is each of these towns can actually use their own token. And that's actually something we're already doing right now. We've partnered with about 15 token communities to bring in their own tokens to play this game. And inside their own town, they're using their own token. They're not forced to use someone else's. And this is our way of combining all of these incredible communities that have been made across NFTs, across tokens, across all these different places, bringing them in one place. So for example, picture Sendcoin. You have your own token. You can walk over to next door, which is, Xborg or something. And you can actually collaborate with each other as well. You could say, hey, one of my quests that my NPC gives you is go next door to our neighbor, go check them out, come back with an item. And now you'll get some sort of, gift. And so we can allow tokens to actually collaborate with each other as well as use their own token. So that's feature number two. And then the third feature, as I kind of already alluded to, is called play to stake. And this again is the idea of as you play the game, you earn yield automatically. And so you as a player don't even need to know, you just start to earn revenue as you play. And so this is kind of a little bit of a sneak peek of what we've been doing. This is again, the overworld. And I have a little bit of a demo of the town, one of the towns. So this is one of the towns. You can see here, I'm a player. I can actually walk around. This is, again, it's playable already. And so this is something that no one has seen yet, aside from our partners. Obviously still very, very early in alpha. But you can see here, we have a full town with different characters. We have guards. We also have quest givers, lore givers. There's actually some of our devs are actually in here with me. So you can actually see here some of our devs, as well as you can see here a blacksmith. And what's cool here is just to show you this blacksmith is actually selling these items using, in this case, bounty token, right? And so you have to purchase these items using your token, and every town is different. And then again, it's just like an MMORPG. There's dungeons, there's monsters. As people who've played MMOs know, you go out, you battle 10 slimes, bring them back, and you have a quest that you've accomplished. So just a little bit of a alpha on what we're doing here.
Yeah, I have a million questions and I just don't know where to start, but I'll say this, right? First of all, this is so kick-ass, right? Like that's just so cool to see. It's so cool to take a concept and build it into a game. And then the next question that goes into my head is like, why hasn't this been done already? Like, this makes so much sense instead of trying to go and do like other tokens, and launch your own token. Like, take native tokens of communities, bring them into the game, bring their audience what they're native to, not confuse them, and try to do this whole nother hey, tokenomics and all this crazy stuff. Like, man, why do you think something like this was just missing?
Yeah, it's a good question. When we heard about it, we were like, oh, someone for sure has been doing this. And we kind of did our research out there. And at least in our experience, we haven't seen it so far. So, if I'm wrong, someone please tell me. I think, a lot of people, they build something and they kind of get a little bit caught up in like, oh, this is my game and I wanted to own the entire piece. And they kind of forget a little bit of the ethos of Web3, I think, which is decentralization, right? Like, hey, all these people are already building something cool. Why don't we just put them together into one place? And so that's kind of been the ethos is we don't want to force anybody to use any token. We don't want to force anybody to use any specific thing. It becomes, hey, these are the tools available for you. You can use them or not. It's up to you. And if you do use them, here's what you get. If you don't want to use them and you want to use your own token, your own NFT, whatever, you can also do that. And this is how you do that. So that's kind of the position we've been taking with this. And we're really excited to see how it resonates.
What's the message right now that you want to send to like partners of like why? I mean, you mentioned that you have several partners already. Like, what is that message to even send to partners now that are watching this or wanting to get involved?
Yeah, definitely. So for partners, there's a couple things that I think make this quite interesting. Number one is utility for your token. Again, super, super easy for us to add because we have a game engine, because we have these tools to build these digital worlds and connect everything. So if you're looking for utility for your token, this is one way to provide utility. And then the second piece is, again, just many of these tokens, maybe the more sophisticated ones are a little bit more knowledgeable of these. The less sophisticated, maybe less so. But it's more than just trading your token. And these tools are things that people should and holders should understand. You can earn revenue from staking. You can earn revenue from liquidity pools. Many people don't do that. And so why don't they do that? It's a combination of they don't know about it, or they don't realize that how much you can earn from that. And so that's one of the things I know. For example, Meteora has been really pushing people to make more liquidity pools. They have their LP army, right? And a lot of these tokens have been talking about, hey, I want to, have my holders stake, but the rewards just aren't high enough. So on our side, we're trying to really make that fun so that holders are incentivized to do that, aside from just like pure if I put 1,000 I get this. It's like, oh well, no, I guess you play a game too, and oh, by the way, as I play the game, I'm doing all these things and I can also earn yield, right? So it's this added layer on top of just like pure like just dry, I go somewhere, I give you some tokens, you hold it, and then maybe I get it back someday, right? So I think being able to take all those elements and make it fun is something that is sorely needed in general by Web3 and Web2 audiences.
No, I think that like for me, it definitely clicks onto the message to partnership on like, hey guys, like let's provide another unique way for those that are holding a gamified approach, right? Of being able to get involved. But also, I think the other cool thing is explore other tokens, right? And explore other opportunities. And I think that really right there is a huge thing because cross pollination is huge, something that's missed sometimes in crypto on how to cross pollinate properly. And I think through a game like this, you not only like I'm assuming as you further build on, you could get really educational, right? Like learn about, what this token is and what it could do and where it's going, share news, like updates, hey, breaking news and stuff like that. And now you start really getting that like immersive experience for that gamer or staker or whatever user, whatever you want to call them, and really like bring them into something that could actually make them be an evangelist to say, hey, like I just go to Tales of Meteora to handle most of my, staking and liquidity, everything that I need to do all in one shop.
Yeah, definitely. So, I think what's interesting is exactly that. As a token community, you can bring features that you yourself care about. So, for example, some of these guys have their own narratives, have their own features that they want to talk about. And so, this is one way to showcase that. So, we've actually already built many towns for these partners, and they include their mascots. Like that's a very simple ad, but like what if you could add these mascots that allow you to do something like, hey, if you're an AI platform, what if you can actually use the AI agent within this game, right? And so you can start to actually build these features in as like a showcase of what's possible to really demonstrate why your token is different. And then being able to, as you said, like cross pollinate, I think is really cool to do.
Yeah, and I think like this goes further and further, right? Because I think like where now my head is going is, Indie.fun as a game launcher, it allows them access to more users, right? And you mentioned these lands, and I start thinking like, hey, how much does it cost to make a land, right? Or like, what's the like process to create a land? And I'm thinking like every game should now want to go create a land in Tales of Meteora right now. Like that is the alpha right there. Like if you're watching this and you've launched on Indie.fun, you better go reach out to Linda like right now. But even other games, right? Other game developers, you should definitely reach out and say, how do I get a piece of land here? Because I think there's a lot here that's about to happen, especially with like the narrative of internet capital markets that allow it. And I think like going further, look, I like to look at businesses, and I always use like Target as a great reference. It's like here in the United States, Target has become like a one-stop shop, right? You got Starbucks, you got groceries, you got like clothing, you got toys, you got household items. Like Target has it all now, right? Like what don't they have at this point? I don't know. Like you literally, you could even have, there's like a restaurant. I see some of them have like eye care now, and it's like pharmacy. Yeah, it's really taken over. But the idea is that the user just has to come to one place, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
And then the user just doesn't need to venture out. And I think that when you look at that to what you're building, that's the first thing that clicks to me is, oh man, they're building a business that allows, everybody to be in one spot, easy to access, browser based. I think that's a huge win as well, because you want to make sure this is accessible to everybody. Accessibility is something in Web3 that gets missed. But yeah, congrats to you guys. So give me the alpha. Like, when do we expect to see this coming out? Like, what are your do you have like an estimated time? What's the next couple of weeks? Like, partners still are not late. Like, why are they still early? Yeah, give us on why they should like make sure they're sending you a DM like right now too.
Yeah, definitely. So actually, before I go to the alpha, you hit on something that I forgot to mention earlier. So when we think about ICM2, it kind of goes beyond just like earning stake or earning yield or these things, but you can almost think of every single land as kind of like its own business, right? Like, hey, I'm a person who came in, maybe I don't have a token already. I can actually go on Tails of Meteor using Indie.fun, launch my token for my idea, right? And so now I can start fundraising for this town or this dungeon that I have within Tales of Meteora. And I can essentially build out my own kind of business within this wider world. And I'm interconnected with all these other communities. I'm automatically part of this lore of the game. And I can start partnering with other people to build out what I want to do. So you can almost think of it as like kind of starting your own virtual world business as well, within the wider world.
Yeah. That's it right there. Like that's how I looked at it, and that's how I clicked, and I was like, man, it's brilliant. So give us like, when do we expect something like this to kind of start like coming out? Like, what are you having for time frames on it?
Yeah.
And
Definitely. So I'll say this: we're gonna have a really big announcement coming, aiming for, let's say, sometime next week or so. Put it this way: very, very, very soon, we're going to have some very big news coming out. We have some partners that have already signed up. We are announcing those partners throughout this week. We announced some already, and some more this week. We're going to be showing some videos, showing some content on Twitter. So please do follow us, check us out. Just keep an eye out. I think next week people are going to be quite excited, as well as the coming weeks after. A lot is happening in September.
Okay. So it's coming. It's soon. It's hey, make sure. What's the plug on the what's the Twitter handle? Is it Tales of Meteora?
Yes, Tales of Meteora is the Twitter handle.
All right, cool. This all right, I'm dropping everybody the Twitter handle right now. We got 715 people. If 715 people don't sign up right now or start liking them, guess what? I'm gonna fud all these people that are watching. Hey, look, you mentioned all this. So how does now Indie.fun tie into Tales of Meteora? Like, will Tales of Meteora launch on Indie.fun, or will it have its native token as well? Like, talk to us a little, like, because this seems like really cool interaction here.
Yeah, definitely. So yes, so Tales of Meteor will be launching token on Indie.fun. Announcement on that coming soon. And obviously with Indie.fun, again, it's using our technology and Madio. It's using our technology with Indie.fun, using all the different tools that we've built for people who don't know, who haven't fundraised with Indie.fun. Obviously, we have the ability to launch a token, but we also have the ability to have pre-sale as well as public sale of tokens. So both of those will be available. A lot of people have already been applying for whitelist for this project. You can still apply for whitelist. And also, by the way, partners who are working with us, do reach out to me if you are interested in whitelist for your communities. That's something we can also power on Indie.fun. If you hold a different token or a different NFT, you can automatically have access to whitelist. So there's a lot of different tools like that. We've also recently built a yapping tool for Indie.fun. That's our own yapping tool. So check it out. If you tweet about Tales of Meteora, you'll also get an opportunity to join whitelist.
Hold up. Like you can't just throw like another product at us and not give us like the 411. You know what I'm saying? What is this yapping tool?
Yeah. So on Indie.fun, we've built a tool where, as a project, if you're looking to launch with us, you can ask us for access. Not everyone gets it, but at least for now. But the idea is you can put in your own keywords. So just as an example, for Tales of Meteora, it's at Tales of Meteora, as well as the token name, which is TASM. If a user on Twitter tweets either of those things, they will earn points, yapping points. And then you'll see that some projects, such as Tales of Meteora on Indie.fun, has a community tab. On the community tab, you'll see a leaderboard for everyone who's yapped about your project, as well as other folks. And we take those points that you get from yapping, as well as our platform points, which we call XP, and we add those together. Based on that, people are entered into a raffle to access whitelist. And so you can run a raffle as often as you want, as many winners as you want, to get access to your whitelist. So it's because we've heard a lot of folks, again, asking for help when they're fundraising. And so we built this tool to help them get broader reach, as well as to get people to, be able to yap about what they're excited about, and then get access again to that whitelist.
Yeah, no, I think like I'm already thinking of like what I should be yapping. I keep saying I need to like set up an alt account because like I have so many things that like want to like tweet about and I just don't. And I'm just like, cause like, hey, look, I gotta keep the account somewhat professional because I'm like, man, I'm like, I should start yapping, but I think this might be my start to the yapping out of my account. But this is brilliant. I love it. Let me ask you last question. I know we're coming right around the 40-minute marker, and I want to be conscious of your time as well. But you mentioned roadmap. You mentioned a little bit about Tales of Meteora. You mentioned the past games. What is now the call to action to future games and future devs that want to build on Indie.fun? What's that like messaging that you guys have? Because look, last time we spoke, GDC, half the stuff was available from what you're saying right now, right? So you've been cooking, shipping, and updating us and dropping the alpha here. So like, what is the next couple months, 6 months look like, 4 months look like for you guys? What other tools will there be? Like, why should like even someone that it has that are building something? Like, when is it that they should reach out? Is it when they have some sort of like 3-month plan together? Like, I think that the biggest thing I always get is I don't know when to reach out to you, when I should start talking to you.
Yeah, definitely. So, again, we kind of think of ourselves like Kickstarter. So if you, think you'd be ready for Kickstarter, some people, just have an idea and that's all they have. And then some people actually have a product and they actually have something to show. We welcome all projects to talk to us. And really, again, what it comes down to, especially on our end, is just, and as well as what you communicate with people who you want to back your project, comes down to, how do I know that you're actually going to execute on this, right? Like if all you have is just an idea, great. But why should people trust you? Like, what is your reputation? What is your past experience? Being able to show those things at least gives confidence that you're actually going to execute on this. Whereas if you already have a product, maybe you don't need to focus as much on like, oh, this is what I've done in the past. Instead, you can just say, hey, check it out. It's live, right? You can already play it yourself. So we do welcome projects across the board. And again, really what comes down to is being able to tell your story and get people to understand what you're building. So that's number one. In terms of what sort of projects, I mean, I know we focused a lot on gaming and obviously Solana gaming, but we have had projects come to us that are not gaming. And we do welcome, again, just like Kickstarter, any projects that are looking to fundraise. So we've had AI, we've been talking to folks who have built dApps, DeFi, what else? RWA. So all different types of projects are welcome. Again, it's just being able to tell your story and convince people that they should back you because you think you're going to be building something really cool. So yeah, it really comes down to story.
Yeah, no, I think that's actually even really cool to hear is like, it's not just games, right? Because I think like, one of the things that I've always said this, and the people watching this are going to be like, Jorge, you're going to say this again. It's like, if you build your company as an entertainment business, especially in gaming, you will go so much farther, right? because entertainment is merchandise, TV, comics, you name it, like physical goods, digital collectibles, all that stuff starts coming into play. And like when you start looking at crypto, RWAs, DPINs, you mentioned everything else like that exists. Like there's a home for all this, and it's here in crypto, right? And it's like well, it makes a lot of sense to go reach out to Indie.fun, even if you don't believe you're in the gaming vertical, exactly because you probably do have a cross lap of gaming somewhere or somewhat. And I think like that is the biggest thing, right? Because I talk to many DeFi people and I'm like telling them about gaming, and they're just like, well, I don't think we have a fit. And then I tell them like, no, you have a great fit. Let me tell you how and show you what. And then they're like, wow, we really never thought about it. And I think it's just the educational piece that's missing, right? And I think that, look, the aspect of Web3 gaming wanting to go after Web2 users, to me, is something that, like, sure, but have we gone after all the Web3 users, right? Because I don't think we have. And I know that for a fact that we haven't. So I think things like this make a lot of sense to be this bridge, right? To be this platform, to be able to just kind of like say, look, this is kind of where you need to start your journey, and then like evolve and then innovate and then be able to put out a product. So really cool.
Absolutely. And just to add to that, right? When you think about gaming, I mean, a lot of projects out there have already added gaming to some extent. Like they've built quests. And what are those quests? It's like a fun way to do this and you earn points. Like that is gaming. It's a simplified gaming, but it is gaming, right? So a lot of times when I talk to projects who, like you said, DeFi or whatever, just completely cross out gaming, I say, well, have you like built something fun for your users to do? Yeah, of course I have. Okay, so you have done gaming, right? It's just something fun to do. So I think it's kind of stripping away, like, all right, take out the UI and everything and just think about it from a high level. You're trying to build something fun that people want to interact with. If you're doing that, that is a game of some sort. It's gamified something. And so, I mean, Tales of Meteor is probably like the absolute one end of it, because we're trying to build gamified ICM, right? There's a lot of smaller examples of that. And so definitely, to what you said, I think any project that's looking to interact, engage, acquire users, they're thinking of something fun to do. That is a game. Like, let's call it what it is, and then lean into it and explore how else you can make it more fun for those users.
Yeah. Look, I'm in Tales of Meteora. I got my notifications on. I'm definitely participating in this launch. Look, every launch has sold out, so I'm already on board here. Like, you don't need to do any more convincing. I'm involved. I'm in. And look, at the end of the day, working with indie devs, I think that's really cool to bring their story. Linda, what's the last plug? How do we follow you? How do we get involved? Should we jump into Discord, Telegram, the X community? What do you have? Like, give us the alpha where I need to make sure that I'm completely glued to every notification coming out of Indie.fun.
Yeah, definitely. So our Twitter is Indie.fun. Do check that out. We post most things there. We do have a Discord as well. It's a little bit smaller, but something we're building. That's also linked on our both our website as well as our Twitter. Obviously, our website is Indie.fun. So do check us out there as well. Those are the main things. Follow us. We are pretty good about updating. And definitely hope to see more folks here and more projects that are interested in fundraising. Definitely talk to us. Actually, one last plug there. My username, it's a little bit hard to remember, is AetherWinZ on Telegram. If you have any project that you want to talk about, you can also just DM me directly.
I think that was the wrong move to do there, because now your Telegram is going to be flooded. But hey, you're on your own there. Don't blame me. Look, Linda, appreciate you coming on. It's been awesome to hear about the updates that Indie.fun is doing. It's really great to hear that Tales of Meteor is coming out of Indie.fun and everything you guys are building there as well. So excited for this journey, excited to keep watching you guys grow. And we're going to have to run this back in a couple months. And again, keep telling the story, keep seeing where you guys are building. Because it's from GDC to this, man. Oh man, like I gotta like make sure like that the team over there, gets some sort of reward for just keep shipping. You're almost shipping as fast as Amazon, and that's pretty fast. So, Linda, thank you for your time. Appreciate you coming on, and we'll stay tuned.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much.